Okay, so I'm recording this on behalf of Jamie because it was her link, so I'm just going to be able to upload it to my computer and post the recording. So again, a lot of this is going to be repetitive for some of you guys who have been doing this, but I think it's important that we all focus on the basics because we sometimes complicate this and make it too hard. And it's good just to focus on the basics each day. So the 3 vital behaviors, and you guys can share this with your coaches if you have anybody who you want to share this with. This would be a good thing to send them just for a new coach call so that they can just have something to use to go off of. Of course, we have the 7-day videos, which I've been adding people to. So if you have new coaches, you add them to the 7-day videos, and we try to just keep this flowing, keep up with a system so that we can, all have the material and stuff that everybody needs to build their business. So the first thing I want to talk about is just, and again, a lot of this is repetitive, but we all have to just remember that, and we talked about goals last week. So you should all have your goals wrote down. You should all have them broken down. If you're wanting to replace a full-time income, then if you're wanting to make 50 grand a year, then you need to divide 50 grand by 52 weeks. And that's going to tell you how much you need to make each week in order to replace your income. Break those goals down, write them down, and just put them, whatever. If a Post-it note helps, like I talked to one of my discount coaches today. She was one of my patients, and she has her Apple Watch, and it was awesome because she scrolled through and showed me, she had a 2B mindset quote. She had quotes, just different quotes that are going to help her through the day because she's lost 45 pounds since she started Beachbody. And it's amazing. She has an amazing transformation. She's not even building this business. And I'm like, ugh, because it's just you see people's potential, and that's what makes it hard. That's what makes it hard for us coaches to stick with this when you know people can do this. I know all of everyone on our team can do this. I know so many customers I have who could build this business. But for whatever reason, they're not going to do it because they're not going to see it. They're not going to understand because they're not in the right place right now, or they haven't had enough exposure, or they haven't had something make them want to jump. So we have to stick in it. I'm going to mute you guys. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of background. We have to stick in it in order to help them to see that. And so basically we just all have to be willing to grow and change. Each day it's and I think we can all say this no matter really how long you've been a coach, because the reason you're a coach is because you want to change your life and you want to change others' lives. So I could sit here and tell you all the things that I feel has made a huge impact in my life with this business. And that's why Summit's so important. And today's the last day to get your ticket if you haven't got your $130 ticket. And everybody I'm looking at on the screen, I think has either purchased their ticket or they're earning a free ticket, which is amazing. And so that's why I think Summit's so important, because each time I go, I always know my potential. We all know that we can do amazing things. We complete workout programs. Maybe we went to college and we got a degree and we have goals. We've reached them. We've done it. And we're going to continue to grow and change as people and as coaches and as friends and moms and whatever. But we all know we can do hard things. And so each year I go, it's I see my potential more and more. And it just helps to remind me that I can do it and that there's so much room to grow. And it's just like a fitness program. You post a before and after picture, but the after picture isn't your final picture. It's never going to be your final picture because you're not done. We're just on this journey together, and we're going and we're changing, and the world's changing, and Facebook changes and Instagram changes, and the way this business changes, and all these things change, and we have to adapt and just kind of hang in there. And I'll say this all the time, and I say this to my new coaches, and I say this to my seasoned coaches. Really, you have to remember that consistency and patience. If you can stick with those two things and you can hold out and you can be patient, because this doesn't happen overnight, just like a workout program doesn't happen overnight. I can always compare this business to a workout program because it's so similar. because it takes work, and we have to put the work in, and we have to focus, and we have to, if we aren't seeing a result, then what do we have to do? We have to do something different. Same thing. We know if our nutrition's off and we're not seeing a result, well, we know what we need to do. If our business isn't growing, but we're not sending invites, and we're not putting up posts, and we're not sharing our story, and we're not being willing to reach out to people, then we know what we need to do. And really the bottom line is just being willing to just willing to do it, to put the work in, to just jump out of your comfort zone, which you guys are all doing. It's amazing. And I have new coaches just jumping out of their comfort zone. They're posting before and after pictures, and it's amazing, because it's hard. It's hard to do that stuff, but you'll gain nothing but, number one, confidence. You're going to gain confidence from doing those things, because it just shows you, you prove it to yourself that I can do this. You prove it to yourself that people love you, that they're going to support you. The ones that matter anyways are going to support you. And that's really the bottom line there too. Because you're going to feel like a lot of people don't support you, and you're going to feel like negative energy coming from different things. But most of the time that's all up here. And it's not a personal thing. It's because they're not where we are. And that's why they haven't joined you. That's why they haven't bought a challenge pack. That's why they haven't joined your team, because they don't, or maybe they don't get it. That's why we have to get in front of people, and we have to show them. And that's what I told Jessica Survey today. I said, she's like, oh, I just, I'm struggling to get people to join. I'm struggling to get people to, as coaches. And I said, you're getting in front of people. Like, she has somebody set up that she's meeting on Friday. Her and Jennifer Schaefer are doing a shake and share party. She's sending invites. She does all kinds of stuff. I'm like, you're doing it. You're doing everything you need to do. So stop putting so much pressure on yourself. Continue to share this opportunity with every single person that you can, because it's amazing. And in order to get people to join, we've got to put it in front of them, whether it's on Facebook or through Instant Messenger or through a post or whatever. Just continue to share, and all these things that you're doing each day will continue to build. You'll continue to grow. You'll continue to gain the trust that we all are like kind of searching for people, because we know the products work. We're raving fans of the products, but people don't understand why Shakeology is better than their Walmart protein shake, or they don't understand why our pre-workout's the best, in my opinion, on the market that you can get. So educate yourself on some of these products, and make sure, and it's not like you have to spend a ton of time. Just watch a short Shakeology video on YouTube from Darren Oline, the creator or the co-creator of Shakeology. Watch something from Carl Deichler. Watch the Performance Line. I can't think of the guy's name that introduce that, but watch a video from him, so you kind of understand. People don't need a ton of details. They don't need like most people, I should say, don't need every single ingredient that's in Shakeology, that's in Energize, that's in whatever. They want to know that most people don't give a shit, really, to be honest. And that's why they're using a protein shake from Walmart, because they don't care what's in it. But the people that do care, you just got to tell them a little bit about it, like what it's done for you. I can tell you that it's a slow release lactic acid. I can tell you it has organic cane sugar. I can tell you it's made from stevia, and it's sweetened with stevia, and it's lemon, real natural, real lemon flavor. You can't come up with some kind of raspberry lemonade or not, whatever. You can't come up with some crazy flavor and it be natural. So tell people what you know, but don't be afraid to educate yourself, because that's how you learn more and grow and change. So that's that. So the other thing is, let's get organized. So you have to get organized. I feel like when I step away from my business for a couple days, and it's not that I step away, it's just that life gets in the way, because we're all just trucking along here. We all have responsibilities. We all have either a job or kids or school on the side or whatever you have to do, like other priorities. And it makes this sometimes feel like it's not important. And I feel guilty sometimes. And I feel all these feelings that we really shouldn't feel, because if we treat this like a business and like a job, it's going to pay you like a job. It's going to reward you like a job. And it's a lot more rewarding when you put the work in and you make the time and carve out the time, because we can all carve out the time, just like we can all carve out the time for our workout. Then you can carve out 30 minutes to an hour for your business. So in order to get organized, again, write your goals down, figure out what it is. You have to know why you're doing this. You have to know why you want this. What's behind this, that you're doing this. You love to help people. You want to replace your income. You want to, make six figures. You want to work from home. You want to quit your job. Whatever it is, there has to be something driving you to do this. So that's going to help you get up every single day. And when your feet hit the floor, you're ready to go. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Go for No, and we talk about this all the time, but I seriously think it's like the easiest tracking system. That's why I talk about it so much, because you don't want to make this like difficult. It's not. We talked about Teamsy for a while, and some of you new coaches don't know what Teamsy is, but I used it for a while, and some of Lindsay Gray's team still uses it. It's good. It's nice because it does help you to not forget people, but you have to pay for it. I think it's like $30 a month. So I did that for a while because I thought it would grow my business. I thought it would help my business, but it would help somebody who maybe wasn't driven, or it would help somebody who maybe slacked on their invites. I'll just be honest, I typically keep up with my invites. I'll slack a couple days and I won't get things done like I want to. And then I'll shoot out 20 or 50 messages in a day, and I'll make a lot of headway that way. So however you can figure out this to work is fine for you, but I don't need Teamsy to build my business. Google Streak's really good. It's free. If you want to look into that, Google Streak's amazing. Jamie knows more about it. Christine Dwyer, which is our upline, who's multimillionaire, uses it and she loves it. And there's tons of YouTube videos out there, I'm sure. It's pretty user-friendly, but it deals a lot with email. It deals a lot with, I don't even know really, to be honest. And I just don't really want to mess with all that, because I just don't. So I'd rather just do pen and paper, or this Go for No. So straight up notebook works. If that's what you want to use, that's what Jessica Servi uses. But I think the Go for No is amazing because it's literally like your list on paper. So your list, but it's in an organized manner, and then you're going to transfer from month to month. So your goal is to fill it with 100 names each month. I guarantee if you fill it with 100 names and you follow up with those people that hadn't given you an answer yet, you're going to hit Success Club. I would be really surprised if you fill that up and you don't hit Success Club.
To clarify Go for No, since I don't use it. Do you put down only invites, or do you put down like new forms that you made as well?
I'd put down new forms because you're basically dumping your brain of your contact list on this piece of paper. So I don't care if you're not even going to invite them this month. Like, you don't even know if you're going to, I don't know how the Go for No, honestly, I make up my own rules to this sheet. How it was originally designed was a coach underneath Christina Solon's, Allison Thornton. And I don't know exactly. I mean, I know that this is the gist of what she did. You could design it however you wanted to, but I literally just write the names down and I just have them on there because I might not invite them this month. So if I didn't invite them this month and I've already hit Success Club 10 and it's July 31st, I'm just going to transfer them over to the next month. So like, I just sort of carry these people along. That's why you don't lose people. That's why they don't fall through the cracks. Now, everybody that I talk to isn't necessarily on this paper. My coaches aren't on this paper. My current customers aren't on this paper unless they're going to be a coach. Unless I'm wanting them to join my team, they're still going to be on this paper because they bought a challenge pack last month maybe, but I don't care because now I want them to join my team and I'm going to put them on this paper. And so basically, so I just write a red in if they say no or not right now, because no means not right now. They're going to join me eventually, most likely, if I continue to show up and if I continue to grow a relationship with them and if I continue to talk to them and support them no matter what, wherever they are in their journey. I'm just going to write a red in on them for now. And then the people that say yes, I highlight their name with a yellow highlighter. And I move all the red ins people to the next month, or the people that I didn't contact yet, I move them to the next month and I transfer them on to August's Go for No. So then you get a binder, you punch your holes and you put this stuff in there and you have this and you go back to like let's say we're in December. Well, you go back to July because maybe you forgot about a few people and it's okay because they're on paper and you got them down. And now they might be able to be ready to join you because it's winter and they're struggling and they need you, and they didn't need you before, or they didn't think they needed you, but now they do. And so you just never know. You can never assume that somebody doesn't want Shakeology with their BOD. You can never assume that they're not going to be interested in coaching. You can never assume that they're happy with their gym workout, because we don't know. Like, we don't know what they're doing. And even Kate messaged me today, and she had this girl who was interested and reached out to her, but then Kate responded to her, basically just a gist of like, the program I'm doing, most people lose 10 to 15 pounds in 21 days. It comes with meal plans. All the workouts are 30 minutes, gave her the gist of what we were doing. And then the girl responds with, oh, see, I like the gym. So why, so then you're just like, okay, why'd you reach out to me if you like the gym? Because this isn't a gym workout. But what I would say to that response is, and I told Kate, I said, what I would say is, I would say, oh, I totally understand. Like, a lot of people like the gym. I personally have found that I get a better workout myself just doing a structured program and having something to follow. And then I would say something like, are you getting the results you want from the gym? I mean, are you getting those results? Because in my head, obviously you're not getting the results that you want, or you wouldn't be reaching out to me. So I would just ask them flat out, like, are you getting, are you happy with the results you're getting? Like, it's a simple answer. And then that opens the door for them to say like, well, no, I'm really not. Well, then, okay, I totally get that. Like, I struggled for years. Whatever it is, you're incorporating your story, and you're pouring your heart into these people who need you, but they don't understand why they need you to join, that you should join them. So that's our job. And you guys are going to get better and better at it as you go. You just have to be willing to talk to people and to basically just be honest and straightforward and connect with them at the level they're at, but then also be able to recommend, like, I get it, but this has totally changed my life. And I get such a good workout in 30 minutes, and I'm in and out. I'm done. I didn't need to go get a sitter. I didn't need to pay for a gym membership. It's a one-time fee. If you break it down, it's $8 a month. I mean, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it, to break it down to them, to let them know that. Because if you don't tell them what a deal they're getting, and if you don't tell them all they're getting for $99, or all they're getting for the $160 or $170 if they're buying the lift kit or whatever, it's insane. Like, they're getting lift access, resistance bands, and performance supplements, a whole month of performance supplements and cups and containers and whatever, all for $70, because they're paying $99 for BOD. And then for $70, they're getting a freaking steal. They're pretty much giving them like the supplements. I don't know. They're giving like stuff away. But people won't understand that if you don't break the price down, because they're going to think it's expensive. And send the Shakeology videos. Send the tools and the tips that you have. Use the YouTube videos, and use any video you can to pull to show them, like, here's a clip about Shakeology. This is why I love it. This is why I think it's the best shake out there, because this is the science they put behind it and the quality, and they're picky about their ingredients, and they go across all these countries to find the right thing, and that sort of thing. So just really don't be afraid to give them, and sometimes you'll have to fight through the no's. It's like they might respond and it looks like no. It kind of looks like they're not interested. But if you really just read what they're saying, and just be willing to kind of like, without being pushy, of course, voice your opinion and really just like understand where they're coming from, but then be able to say, whatever, here's why, or what, or I don't know, give them the information that they need so that they definitely have all the information to make their decision. So that's that with the tracking. Make sure you're doing that. It's super simple. And then and like I said on the call the other day, it's like, it always seems hard. It always seems like, where am I going to get the invites? Where am I going to get these people? How am I going to grow my business? How do you find people? How do you blah, blah, blah. And it just, you have to start. So if you start and you send 3 invites today, well, then tomorrow you're going to do a post. You're going to have people like your post. You're going to reach out to those people. You might follow up with the people that you reached out to yesterday. And then hopefully your inbox is going to start rolling in, because people are going to be answering your inbox. And then you commented on a post from someone and you connected with them. And like, if you just like, it's just, you kind of have to figure it out. You have to figure out how you can kind of start those messages to keep them rolling, so that you really shouldn't ever feel like, if you're continuously adding to your Facebook. When I started my business, I had 700 Facebook friends. Now I have like 2,400 and something. And I haven't even reached out to like, I mean, I would almost bet that I haven't reached out to half of them. I don't know half of them because I've added them. Maybe they've liked my stuff, but I don't know them, and I haven't made connections and relationships with them. But I've hit Success Club 10 every month but 2, and we have an amazing team that we've grown together. And so there's just so many people out there. So you can't be closed-minded, because I think that's a lot of the setback too for coaches when they join, is like, okay, well, I don't know that many people, and I'm never going to be able to grow a business. And I just, whatever it is in your mind, like, there's so many coaches, I get that all the time. Well, there's so many coaches. Well, yeah, like half of them are inactive. Half of them don't build the business. And the other half are only reaching so many people. Like I'm one person. How many people can I reach in a day? I mean, a lot, but not that many compared to the people on Facebook and social media. And I'm not an Instagram guru. So if you are, then that's where you need to be. So there's so many outlets to meet people and to talk to people and to connect with people, but you have to be willing to do that. And you have to be willing to just figure out what works. And for me, I find, and right now this is what's working, but it might not be working for me next month, or it might not be working for me in a while. But for me right now, it's putting out raw content, just stuff that's on my heart, on my mind, promoting for programs, and trying to mess with my Instagram stories and keeping consistent with my posts and stuff. And then I can reach out to the people that liked my stuff. And then I still have all these follow-ups from all these people that I've been talking to for months and for years. And then you have old customers who are joining you again because now you have a new program, or you have old customers who now want to join your team because they're at a different place in their life. And so it's just a continuous thing. And as long as you just keep up with it and do the stuff, the business building activities every single day, which the 3 vital behaviors are super important. That's in the new coach group. And then 3 vital behaviors are: number 1, being a product of the product, using Shakeology, using Energize, whatever it is, doing your workout each day, sharing about it on social media, and sharing your story. That's number 1. Super easy. That's why we're in this, because we want to be like healthier, and we want to change. We want to work on us, and we want to change our life. So that's number 1. We're all doing that. If you're not doing Shakeology, then what are we doing here? And then number 2 is personal development. You got to be reading, got to be growing, changing, just be willing to feed your mind with good stuff, because we get in funks, and I could go from one day to, I could be like amazing, or I could feel amazing. Like this morning, I was telling Haley and my boss, I'm like, I feel amazing today. Like I only got 5 hours of sleep, and I jumped up and I did my workout, and I seriously felt like energized. And then now, like tonight, I'm just like, and even this afternoon, I'm like a zombie. So you're going to get in these funks. And if you let yourself and allow yourself to stay in the funk that you're in, then you're going to like start telling yourself negative stuff. You're going to start believing these things in your mind that you can't do this, and that this workout program's too hard, and how am I going to get people to join me, and blah, blah, blah. And so that's why we have to stick with our personal development. That's why you have to make sure you're reading a book, because I let that go for a long time, because I didn't think it was going to bring me a paycheck. And not that I'm in this for the money, but this is a business and I love it so much, but I also want to do this full time. And I want this to, be my job along with being a mom. And so in my head, I was like, well, I need to be inviting, and I need to be sharing, and I need to be posting and talking to people. And so sitting down, and I'm sort of high strung, like not sort of, I am high strung. And so for me to sit down and just like focus on a book for like 15 minutes sort of gives me anxiety, because I'm like, I don't sit down. Like, what do you mean sit down? So anyways, but eventually it's going to. The knowledge that you're gaining, and the basically you're just, building trust within yourself by reading a book. And so with time, that's going to help you to talk to people. That's going to help you to understand where people are coming from, and for you to change your mindset. Like I think about how my mindset used to be, and how probably quick to judge I was, or how quick to, whatever the case was. But it's like, this just changes you through and through, and personal development's huge. So that's number 2. And then number 3 is inviting, which number 2 is really inviting, I think, or whatever. It doesn't matter what order they're in. They're all super important. But inviting is the 3rd vital behavior. So inviting is where it's at. People aren't going to come to you. I wish it was that easy. And you will. You'll have people come to you that are like, maybe you've checked in with them before and you've invited them before. And then they're like, they come to you finally like 6 months later and they're like, I'm ready. I want to do that Beachbody thing. Or I want to do those Beachbody workouts you've been talking about. Because again, they've been watching you. They've been seeing your posts for 6 months. They're watching to see if you're like really going to do this and you're really serious and you're getting results and you're making the time and you're carving it out. And then they realize if she can do it, so can I. So you've got to be willing to just invite people no matter what. And we talked about this yesterday at the team barbecue a little bit. Because it's like, again, everybody's concerned if there's sales a year, if people are going to think they're selling them something. Well, they're probably going to think that. But when they realize what we're doing, this isn't like, okay, I'm selling you mascara or I'm selling you LipSense, and nothing against LipSense. But how much LipSense have you bought? And how much mascara have I bought? And how much skincare have I bought from people? Because I believed it, because I thought, okay, this might work. And I'm looking for a skincare system and I'm whatever. But someone had to put their stuff out there for me to see it. And someone had to maybe message me for me to be like, okay, I'll take a look at it and I'll think about it. And in my head, I'm like, it's a business. Like they're running a business, but they also just sold me mascara. And then I went on my way. And they also sold me skincare. And then I went on my way. Yeah. If I had a question I could ask, but did they put me in a group and did they, build me up, and did they encourage me and cheer me on each day and hold me accountable to using my product? And did they do all these things that we do? And so that's where we come in at, like, we have to show people that this is more than fitness. Like even Summit's more than fitness. It's not, you go to Summit and you see all these people that look like they have rock solid abs and you feel like out of place and you feel like discouraged because you're like the black sheep and like whatever you think that whatever people think it is, it's another MLM. And it's like, it's just so not like, and I've said it before, but I'm so thankful that I chose this company because I didn't know what I was getting into. I had no idea. I mean, Jamie said it was good. So I was like, all right, I'll do what she's doing. And she hadn't been a coach very long and I knew she was liking it and whatever, but I didn't have someone, you know, we just kind of started together and we were sort of on our own together. And so, and for so long, I always said, you know, it's hard for me to, so coaches will say, you know, well, I don't want to promote the business until I get before and afters. I feel like I can't share I'm sorry, not the business, but I can't share Beachbody On Demand, or I can't share the product until I have a before and after. No, like people will relate more with you where you are right now. They don't want someone that's already ready to go and somebody that's already experienced and has all the answers. And I mean, if they want that, then they're going to pay huge money for some personal trainer that like they probably can't even afford. And same thing with the business. I used to think like, I can't share the opportunity because yeah, I've replaced maybe I've earned $500 a month, or maybe I've, you know, matched my product or paid for my product. And then I had an extra $100, but I didn't feel successful because it was in my own head that I didn't feel that way. And you can't feel that way because you have to, wherever you are right now is right where you're supposed to be. And it's going to happen when it's going to happen. And I've had to tell myself that a million times. This is going to happen when it's going to happen. And not a minute sooner, really, because we're just all on our own unique path. And so your story is different than mine. And I used to think I didn't have a story, but we all have one. We just have to be willing to just share it and be vulnerable and share the stuff that's hard and share the stuff that's really good though too. And don't be afraid to celebrate it. And then number 4, they added a 4th vital behavior, which is recognition. I'm just throwing that out there because you'll hear coaches talk about the 4 vital behaviors sometimes. And recognition obviously is just recognizing your coaches, recognizing your challengers, like doing a challenger spotlight. If you have some customer that's doing amazing things, it doesn't even matter. They don't have to have a weight loss. They could just be kicking ass in your challenge group. And then you give them a shout out on social media and you're like, hey, and you ask them probably first because you might want to make sure they're okay with that. But so recognizing the people that are around you and building them up, just like we do in our challenge group, it's like something we do without even thinking about it. So they added that 4th vital behavior. But those are really, I mean, those are the basics. Like if you I mean, that in a nutshell, I feel like is this business. And if you do that and you are focused on your goals and you are willing to carve out the time each day, and even if you skip a day, you're not like, oh, I don't have time for that. Because it's like, okay, if I skip a workout for 2 days, which I did this weekend, then, and I was just like, okay, I don't have time. I can't make the time. I'm over this program. Like, I mean, and that's the attitude you're going to have. Then you're not going to go anywhere with anything. And so it's just so important to just not get down on yourself, I guess, too, because of the fact that you've been busy and like maybe you're working more and whatever, and life gets in the way, and we have other, like I said, we have other priorities. And so, and really just having fun with it, because I feel like I'm having more fun with it now than I ever have. Because you have to have fun or you're just going to be like, it's not going to feel good. So, that's really like all I have for you guys. And anyone that has any questions can ask. Obviously, if you get someone involved with like a challenge pack or BOD or the free version or whatever, they just need to go in our challenge group. We need to make sure that we're trying to promote for the things that we have each month. So we set this stuff up for the month so that we can get people involved. Because if we constantly are just like doing the same things all the time, then people, not that people don't want to join us, because they will eventually, but we want to change it up, and we want to offer like the smoothie group that we're starting on the 23rd. We want to offer stuff like that because it gives them an avenue to purchase something reasonable. So we're going to do a boost. It's basically the Shakeology Boost group, but we're calling it a 2-week smoothie challenge. And so we're going to give them all the recipes for the smoothies, and they just have to buy a boost. So you can advertise, you could promote for it like, are they looking for energy? Are they looking for digest like help? Are they looking for like an extra boost of vegetables? What are they looking for if they had to pick one? Like you could literally do a super easy post of, a green heart, whatever, like use the emoji to tell me what like you're struggling with. And then at that point, you're going to reach out to those people and you're gonna be like, hey, I'm running this like smoothie group and blah blah blah, like you're going to give them the information. So anyways, that's coming up. Our sneak peek's coming up, but for some reason, why is it next Tuesday? Does anybody know? Right? Okay, so it's next Tuesday night. I haven't really got to talk to Jamie a lot, but it's just going to be a live one. I don't exactly know how we're running this, but I may be reaching out to a few of you guys so you can go live. So a live sneak peek, for those of you who don't know, is just basically like they come on Facebook. It's from 8 to 9. We go live. We share about maybe the discount. We share about what coaching's done for us. We share about how to earn money, how to fit Beachbody coaching into your crazy busy day. That's usually my topic because I feel like I can talk about that for days. And just different things that will help them to understand like why they would want to join our team. And we might post some pictures of like some events that we've been to together, and it just helps them to see like this is a community of people that will be, have nothing but open arms for them. So we do all these things and we just try it that way. We can get people exposed to more. And it does take a little bit of work to run this stuff. So if we don't have people show up to this stuff, it makes it hard to run it when there's like nobody to add. So we could have a pretty good sized group if we all added like a few prospects. So if you have someone who you're like, hey, I know you said coaching wasn't for you right now, but would you be willing to just check out my sneak peek that I have going on Tuesday night? Like it's no obligation. You literally like watch it from your computer, from your house, wherever, like you just to see. I just want to show you what it's about because I think it will help you to understand versus just me telling you or whatever. So there's that. So if you have trouble or you feel like you need help reaching out to people in general, or you need help reaching out to people based on what groups we're doing, let me know. So Lyft starts the 16th. They have access to it, I should say, on the 16th. So they'll be able to start that right away. So you might want to talk about that program. I did a post this morning for it. You can check it out. It's super easy. I just basically said that, it was 4 days a week. Like 4 days a week is pretty awesome. And 30 to 40 minutes a day. And the meal plan's flexible. It's a flexible eating plan, which they all are pretty flexible. But So just try to think of like little creative ways to do it. Follow other coaches. I think it's important to not get hung up on what other coaches are doing, because you're not other coaches and you should be your own person and you should stand out in your own way. But I've been trying to watch Instagram stories from other coaches just so I can get ideas of like what they actually share, because sometimes we just feel like we struggle to share different stuff that isn't just fitness or isn't just about coaching. You know, I don't want to share just that. So, so don't be afraid to share, because you'll just get you'll see different ways that they're promoting for stuff, because the nice thing about it is we're all promoting for the same exact thing. I don't care how much money they're making, they're promoting in the same way that we are. It's just that sometimes I think you, and I mean me or we, struggle to find the words that, you know, because I've read 100 posts that I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's genius. Like, why can't I write a post like that? But you know, the more you do it, the better you get. And sometimes I just throw it out there and like, I don't overthink it, because who cares? Like, if you're not going to offend somebody, and if you do, then it's not your problem really. Because it's probably just them that is feeling that way. So try not to overthink it either, because it's just so simple that we make it a big deal. Does anyone have any questions at all?
I don't have any questions, but I just wanted to give you guys a little stuff from Super Saturday real quick about promoting LIIFT4. Some things that Joel said is his biggest thing, and that he really talked to Beachbody corporate about with this program, is that this is a program about living life, and he wants us to emphasize that when we're promoting this program, we are to live life, we are to enjoy life. If it's picking your kids up, you know, and playing with them, if it's walking with your kids, riding bikes with your kids, if you're a runner for a marathon, that this is a program that will boost those other activities, but also complement that. So if you're having trouble with wording for posts for it, that is a good way to kind of get into that. That was something he really focused on, and he wanted us to focus on. And also, you mentioned about the performance line, you know, learning more about the performance line. Joel talked about that in depth, and he actually went live today and said that he's going to be doing a live video about the different performance products that would give a lot of information how they can help you, because a lot of people like the creatine, they're like, oh, creatine, it's going to give you bulk, and you know, and he's like, no, it doesn't, but in how to use the products. So that's something informational for you guys as well that he focused on. I will tell you, those of you new coaches that didn't go, I talked to Walter yesterday in Tabitha, but the Super Saturday with him was amazing. I did the full HIIT workout, the actual workout. Yeah, I'm really sore today from the leg standpoint. I didn't think I would be that sore, but I was, yeah. So just to give you guys a rundown, it is, you do the full body HIIT, you do groups of 2 exercises. You go through them 3 times with a little bit of a break, and then you do the next set of 2, and then you do a burnout round. And that is, the burnout round is not in the before the 4 counts, just to give you guys a heads up. But the burnout round, you do all 6 exercises, 30 seconds each, back to back. But it worked out great. And the other thing he mentioned is that this is functional fitness. He wants us to emphasize too about functional fitness. So just some words that maybe will help you guys. I don't know, I'm going to be incorporating some of those into my posts as well.
Awesome.
How do you get into how do you get into that coach test group? Because I'm not in that group yet, and I need to get in it.
You should have got an email, I think.
I did not get an email, and Joel said there was an issue with emails going out from Beachbody. So Jess, if you purchased it, I'll go ahead and go in and add you, because that's what one of my coaches had to do for me. She had bought it before I did, and she had to add me. And then they'll ask you what's your coach ID number, all that stuff. So I'll go in and add. Is there anybody else? And I can't see everybody's faces. If there's somebody else, just shoot a message, and I'll add you guys too.
And Tammy, where did you say the information for he's going live in his test group about the performance line? Or what?
Yes, he is going live in his test group about the performance line. So I will try to catch that tomorrow and record it. Okay, cool. I'll play it on my tablet and try to record it on my phone and put that into Fearless Motivation. Is that what you guys?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Can I put in Fearless Motivation?
Yeah, perfect. That's awesome.
Okay, and then he is actually on the National Wake Up Call for next week. He is the National Wake Up Call.
Oh, cool.
So just to give you guys a heads up.
That's awesome.
You can take pictures of us, Tabitha.
Yeah. Well, we could all smile for one. How about that? Remember last
The National call from today looked really good too. I'm sure you listened. Of course, I didn't catch it, but I'm going to go back and listen. Can I go back and listen through the end of the day?
For what?
The National Wake Up Call today was, that's cool. Was how to fearlessly share the coaching opportunity. I really wanted to hop on and listen to it, but I didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, you can archive they're all archived. So then I feel like we don't talk about that enough. Jamie, I know Jamie tries to post it in there, but it's kind of just a given that every Monday the National Wake Up Call is like a thing every single Monday, no matter what. But I think sometimes we let that go, and there's a perfectly good call for us to start us to gear us up for the week. And so if you go to your app, there's an app for the National Wake Up Call, and like literally they're all there. Like you could find any National Wake Up Call from when they started doing National Wake Up Calls. So that's the best way I have found to do it. But like, of course, if you see a post from Carl, he usually posts it too. You can call that number and do whatever, but I just use the app because it's easier. And I do it when I'm driving, but I haven't been good about doing it, and I need to be. So, okay, everybody. Oh, go ahead.
Hi, Tabitha. I'm sorry. I was just going to say thank you because I didn't even know there was an app. So that's awesome.
That's probably my fault. Sorry.
I also go back to the
because my dog's being obnoxious. So I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Yeah, I also go to the Team Beachbody 411 page to listen to the live replay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and that's good too. So there's a few ways, but there's a lot of good stuff on there. So it's pretty awesome. They talk about new diamonds, and like they do sometimes as diamond coaches do calls, and they talk about how they built to diamond so fast, or whatever the case is. And there's just all kinds of different tips, groups that they run, and ideas. So it's cool.
Hey, Tabitha, one more thing about Joel's test group.
Yes.
If you're in the Facebook group, he actually went live today.
I'm not in it because I haven't bought the program, and I need to do that.
Okay. Anyone that's in the test group that gets on the Facebook page, today's the start of prep week. He went live today. He'll go live again on Wednesday and Friday.
Okay. Cool.
But it's in the Facebook group.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So that's not the test group. That is his coaching. That is his group, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I did get the email, but
okay. All right. That's awesome. I'm excited. I just haven't been focused on it since I still have a couple weeks left in 80 day. I'm like I'm excited about it, but I just haven't been able to really focus on it, but I need to buy it.
Right.
All right. Well, I'm going to get this recorded and uploaded so I can post it for anyone else who missed it, and reach out if you guys need anything. And our call next Monday night is going to be really good. Carly Sabev, which is a coach under Lindsay. She's actually in Lindsay's downline. She's awesome. You guys will love her. So plan on next Monday night at 8:00, because it's always good for me to hear from other people, because sometimes I feel like, it's a lot of repetition, but that's what this business is. But she has some really good ideas. So I think you guys will really enjoy her. So yeah. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night. Bye.